This is Primeval. Some of you may not be familiar with this show, but if you clicked on this video, chances are you've probably seen this series at some point in your life. Starting in 2007, this show was all about portals opening up from different time periods, allowing different creatures to come through and terrorize the modern world. This series was a lot of fun and was a big part of many of our childhoods, especially mine. But as time went by, the more about this series people seem to have forgotten, all except from one thing in particular: the Future Predator. Yeah, the Future Predator was such a unique experience. As a kid, you were completely caught off guard by this hideous thing, as it not only broke the mold from every other creature in the show, but it was pretty damn scary when it was on screen. I think everyone can agree that despite everything, it was this creature that stuck in our heads for a long time, way past this show's existence. But why is that? What is it about this ugly beast that made it so memorable? Well, it's my belief that the reason for this thing staying with us for so long is because the Future Predator is simply the perfect monster. Hey guys, it's the Pink King here, and today we're going to be talking about the Future Predator, because it was recently Primeval's 18th anniversary, and so I wanted to do something special for it because it seems like nobody else is going to talk about it, so god dang it deserves more love. So what exactly is the Future Predator? Where did it come from? Well, it's believed that the Future Predator is a futuristic evolution of a bat, with it not naturally evolving, but rather being created by the Anomaly Research Center, aka the ARC, at some point in the future, with this very creation being the one thing that leads to the end of humanity. Oh yeah, and it for some reason has a big beef with giant bugs. But why is the Future Predator the perfect monster? Well, it can all start with how it's brilliantly introduced. The series, for the most part in Season 1, was about bringing the creatures from the past into the present, with all of these creatures being incredibly unique and interesting, as we get giant bugs to even mosasaurs. A lot of good stuff, to say the least, but while this series does this, it also subtly brings you into a false sense of security, as we the audience believe it only is able to bring back the past instead of any other time period. And that's all we're left with until the end of Season 1. We're barely given a clear view of what this new creature is, what time period it's from, is it a dinosaur or a mammal? The series makes us ask questions like that from the start, not only getting us invested into the mystery of this thing, but also builds the tension of it. A good monster should be able to have you on the edge of your seat, worryingly anticipating when it's going to show up next. And immediately, the Predator does that with its freakishly unnatural design and horrific sounds. We are left terrified as to what this creature could possibly be, until suddenly, it's revealed that this creature is from the future. And that opens up a whole new window of possibilities, as this series before was only showing the anomalies opening into the past, that we never considered that it could open into the future also. And so not only is it a shock, but becomes terrifying, as we now think, how the hell could something like this exist in the future? And thankfully, we wouldn't have to wait that long in order to see why, as ever since the finale of Season 1, the Future Predator sort of became the poster child for the series, with it being the biggest draw that the franchise had, and what got a lot of people curious to see more about this show. And if your monster is able to leave people wanting more, then it's a good sign that you're doing a very good job. As in Season 2 to Season 3, we get to see more predators and learn more about them and the future, with more freakish creatures appearing from the future, and us learning more about the predators themselves, with us seeing their home, how they were made, and what would happen if they were under people's control. They did a lot of stuff here that was really interesting. Although they may have lost a little bit of intimidation factor past season 2, with how much easier they are to get rid of or escape, but they never fully lose that intimidation, as whenever they appear, you know it always means something serious is happening. But, in my opinion, probably the only real problem the future Predator has was how they gave up on it in season 5. Yeah, despite it being the most popular creature from the show, it was nowhere to be seen at all in season 4. And in season 5, they were given a more rough, jagged, much more blistered design. And worst of all, they did basically nothing. Despite them having such a good build up in season 5 as to the reintroduction of these creatures, hell, the first image we see of the Predator standing on two legs before running towards the camera, legit, fantastic shot, I gotta say. But after that, the creature just sort of does nothing, then has its footage recycled a lot. Oh yeah, and dies a lot. It's a shame that such an interesting creature was kinda let out on a whimper, but despite that, this thing was genuinely probably some of the best this series had to offer when it was on screen, with it having some of the biggest highlights, like of course the mammoth kill, and of course the fight with the Gorgonopsid, which has practically become this series' legacy, and honestly, not a bad legacy, I gotta say that. Ultimately, the reason why the future Predator is the perfect monster is because it was able to take the rules established in the series before and reverse it in a way that not only makes sense, but opened up a lot of new terrifying room to explore. Alongside its unique unsettling design and unnerving but recognizable sound effects, the future Predator is able to excel as a monster because it does all the right things your monster should do. Apply itself to the concept of the medium in a new way that forces the characters to grow in order to survive, be enough of a threat to the characters that we can take it seriously, and of course, be memorable. But what do you guys think? Was the future Predator your favourite primeval monster, or was there another creature that you preferred? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'm very interested to see what you have to say on this. Also, while you're at it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Doing that helps my channel massively, and one like could help share this video to 100 people. So if you want to see more videos where I go into depth with series like Primeval, then be sure to like it. But with that, peeps, it's been the Pig King here, and I will see you all next time.